Okay, Carl, let her rip.
All right. First of all, what made you decide to produce a live album?
Well, actually, the main reason is not a very romantic one. It was an economic factor. The CBC gave me a real good price on their mobile unit. It's a self-contained mobile truck, and it's pretty much state of the art. And they gave me a good deal on it. So that was one of probably the principal reason. The cost of recordings has been going up and up, and Lost Heard, the previous album was. I couldn't rationalize spending that kind of money this time around, and because it's tougher and tougher to sell records now. So, at least in my genre, I guess Brittany gets most of the sales or whatever. But I didn't. I knew it would be difficult doing. I knew it was a real high wire act doing a live album, and especially with new material. It's pretty hard. I find doing doing your best effort on a brand new piece of material. If you're playing, you're singing, you're walking the high wire all at once.
As a musician, what's the difference you found between recording in front of a live audience and recording in a studio?
Well, it's a big difference, I find, and I think both of them have their. Both of them have some pretty cool aspects to it, but in a studio, you're in a controlled, real kind of a controlled environment, almost, cocoon-like, and you can be very introspective and, careful and really, have a situation where there's no distractions. But of course, in doing it live with a live audience, that's completely different. But the live thing gives it a spark. There's certainly a lot of adrenaline, and which can be good, can be real good, which you can use, and so you really I don't think I can compare. It's kind of apples and oranges, but it's very tiring. I found it quite tiring doing it live, but the audience can spark you, and they're kind of the battery, and we had great audiences. I had a lot of Americans who came up, and they're more demonstrative. They react louder and than a Canadian audience does, and that's good, because they're, it's like you're the truck, my two guys, they're kind of the jumper cables, and the audience is the battery, and really, that's what you're going to plug into that battery.
Do you feel your main audience now is in the U.S. and not so much in Canada anymore?
No, it's about 50-50, I would say. My audience is the what people call the Intermountain West, and of course that's in Alberta. That goes all the way from northern Alberta to Mexico. It's the Rocky Mountain chain basically, and that's my turf, and that's where I play, and so I play all down through there: New Mexico, Arizona, Wyoming, Montana. But I do a lot of work in Alberta, a little bit in Saskatchewan, quite a bit in British Columbia. So 9/11 has changed a lot of things, and in this world, and it's the travel. The travel has changed tremendously, and it's a lot harder to get around now. it's more expensive, more time consuming. So,
what was your reaction to 9/11?
Oh, it's pretty hard to, in a brief moment to sum that up. I remember thinking, I saw it live on television on that awful morning, and I remember thinking that, a couple of hours later, that the world was never going to be the same again, and I think that's still true.
Yes, that's very true. Your Live at Longview album has a great mix of new and old songs on it. One of the tunes I really liked off it was the Desert Inn. I was wondering if you could tell us a little more about the real Desert Inn in McDermott, Nevada.
Oh, McDermott is Shirley Defoe runs it and runs the bar there, and Shirley's the president and CEO and chief mail order and bottle washer of the Ian Tyson fan club, such as it is, and she operates out of the Desert Inn. But there's no connection with the song. The lyrics for Desert Motel were written by Blaine McIntyre, who I just got off the phone with. He was in Santa Fe, and he travels. He sells tack, saddles and silver bits and things, and he travels, and consequently, fools around with writing lyrics and things when he's going down the road, and but I really liked the story part of Desert Motel. It doesn't have a happy ending, but all that I get tired of the Nashville version of the Cowboys. The carefree existence in which there's no that life isn't like that. So I put it to music, and the guys really did a great. I thought they constructed the harmony things very nicely. It's kind of in the a little bit in the Eagles vein.